What's going on, guys? Just showed up to the range, got my Tikka T1x out here. This is a very cool 22 LR that I've put together. So as you can see, it's sitting in a chassis. This is an MDT, which is Modular Driven Technologies chassis. This is their LSS-RF, which is the rimfire line, so you can get it for your Rugers, Tikka T1x's, I believe CZ455 as well. I have to check on their website. And then on top, I've got this massive chunk of steel, and you might be wondering what this thing is. This is an adjustable scope base. So there's a pivot up front, and there's a dial back here. And as you can see on this dial, there's numbers. So it's also got a lock. And right now it should be locked in. So it's got a couple click detents. And then it locks in solid. So this is an Ivey scope base. This one is an MOA. You can get it in mills. This one is a 0 to 250 MOA, I believe. So a ton of adjustment in this thing. So you can dial it up. It goes in 2.5 MOA increments. So I'm going to unlock mine. And we're going to try and shoot my Tikka T1x 22 LR 500 yards. 485 to be exact. That's just like from my truck, the furthest down the road I can get without crossing over a road. So 485 is like my max distance here. One more thing I forgot to mention. This Tikka T1x has a barrel on it. This is a prototype barrel from Preferred Barrel Blanks. And it's also hexagon fluted and Cerakoted down in the flutes. It's also threaded out on the end for 5/8 24. For the off chance in the future that I get a suppressor, I wanted 5/8 24 because almost all my other rifles are. So I just went with that. So let's get this thing dialed up. We'll start shooting. So I ran the ballistics on my Ballistic AE app. We're gonna go ahead and dial this bad boy up. And it's going to be 102.6 is what the app called for. And this dials in 2.5 MOA increments. So I'm just gonna dial to 100 and 2.5. So that's 50. 100, one more click, that's good to go. And then we'll just lock it down on in there. There we go, just got it locked in. I've also got a bubble level on here. This is a Vortex Viper PST Gen 2, 5 to 25, first focal plane. A bubble level is going to be crucial for these kind of distances, especially with the 22 LR. Also got an F-class style bipod. It's way overkill for this, but I've got it, so why not? And then I've got my target way up on the hill there. I don't have a secondary camera today. See the little white dot just above that fence line. So let's see what we can make happen. Nothing. That's going to be the challenge, is spotting my misses. Maybe I'm ways off, maybe I'm not. Oh, very nice. 3 MOA right, 2 MOA low. Oh, just right. So I'm gonna move up to 4 MOA right, 2 MOA high. Oh man, it's so quiet out here. I just can't quite tell what's happening. That may have been a hit, or it bounced into it. I saw a little poof of dust at the bottom of the plate. Impact! We got one at 500 yards. There we go, guys. All right, so I know it can be done. Let's switch our ammo up. No, let's just switch our ammo up. I'm anticipating this SK ammo to have better velocity spreads, meaning lower and less. So I'll try out some of this SK. It's kind of like got a weird greasy film on it. It's interesting stuff. Impact. I actually watched the tiny little black dot up here. Just a little speck. All right, guys, so I had shot this group down here as well as this group in the center to get it zeroed in. It looks like we had a bounced shot land in here because it looks like it hit sideways. We've got a straight on impact right here, and we've got a straight on impact right here. And that's kind of all I'm seeing at the moment of this target. Had a few land just low, and then the other ones have kind of been going just over the shoulder. So really not far off, but pretty consistent. Let's see if we can get some ammo to kind of print us a group on here. So I just put the last 5 rounds I had in this CCI box in there, and I got a 3-round group up there. Looks like it had about a 6-inch vertical, but left to right was pretty dead on. I had 2 close to each other, and then I had 1 on the upper third of the target. So not bad from CCI. Let's throw 10 rounds of SK in here, see if we can find where it's impacting, and get back on target. But as far as vertical goes, guys, I have not touched my scope for elevation. This Ivey mount tracked dead on to 100 MOA, which is a pretty good adjustment. I mean, it'll go all the way to 250. We'll see how that goes when I get further up in there. But really out to 100, up 100 MOA, and for it to be like dead on, that speaks volumes to the Ballistic AE app as well as this Ivey mount. And it locks down in solid. I haven't really messed with my scope. I'm just dialing wind so that I don't have to hold 8. And so I get a clearer picture in that center of the reticle. So far liking this Ivey mount. It's heavy, but most rigs that you're going to use this on are like ELR rifles, and you want the weight anyway. Like this 22 right now probably weighs in 16 pounds or so. MDT chassis is moderately, it's got some moderate weight to it. A lot more than like a plastic Tikka T1x stock has. The bipod isn't doing any favors, the bag rider, and then the scope mount. But like it's an ELR setup, so it shouldn't be light. Let's take some more shots of this thing. Let's see if I can just hold dead on and get some impacts. Okay, there is one thing about the Ivey. With this setup, it really blocks my view of where my windage is set, where my parallax is set. So it's hard to see the lines for exactly where you're set. I'm kind of just using the split in the rings here as the center line, and then I'm dialing to that. The parallax goes behind the black ring and you can't see it. So that's my small complaint, but it's very beefy, set up for like high recoiling rifles. Really can't complain all that much. You can figure it out, but it's a little hard to see. Impact. 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 Nothing. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I've got the Anarchy Outdoors extended mag release on this as well. Impact. Last round of the day, we got a hit at 500 yards with 22 LR. I've got one more in here. Let's shoot that thing. Yeah, Anarchy Outdoors also has the extended wider paddle release for the magazine. It's easier to just catch with your finger without looking. Super simple. Be sure to check that out. It's 3D printed. It's very affordable. Really cool. Leave a link below. That's an affiliate link. Buy anything from Anarchy Outdoors there, and I get a little tiny percentage back. Helps out the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I also have one for Amazon, so anything you buy off Amazon through my link, it'll help me out a little bit. And you can pick up a West Desert Shooter t-shirt from the reloadersnetwork.com if that's your thing. So come on, guys. Last round of the day. Let's get it done. Impact. Sweet. Let's go take a look at our target. All right, guys, this target looks awesome. It looks all nice and peppered up. Obviously, I was trending a little bit low and then just a little bit on the right side. But I mean, you got a good majority of bullets in that little strip right there. Like I said, the CCIs, I think, were like these two right there and then the one up there on the right. So I had 1, 2, 3 that landed high. But I think once I started kind of like stringing them in there and got like multiple rounds right in a row, I think this is where they were landing, putting a nice little group in there. So 500 yards with a 22 LR. It's still predictable, and that preferred barrels on the T1X is still shooting good. Sorry, the exposure is all crazy right now. But thank you guys for watching the video. Greatly appreciate any of the support. Subscribe while you're here. Drop a comment what you think. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.